Good evening, everyone. Again, thank you for your patience. This meeting held in the Roselle Park High School Auditorium is an open session of the Roselle Park Board of Education, held under the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey. Notice of this meeting was sent to the Star Ledger, Union Leader, Women's Tribune, the Borough Clerk, school offices, and the district website. Roll call, please, Madam Secretary.
President Miller,
Here.
Vice President Barnes, Mr. Balaban, Mr. Bowman,
Here.
Mr. Bruckenstein, Mr. Dam,
Here.
Mr. Gerton, Mr. Nelson, Mr. Vita. We do have a quorum.
Fantastic. Please stand for the flag salute if you are ready for that. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. We're going to start our open session with our first public participation portion of the evening. If you are for agenda items only, if you have an agenda item you'd like to speak on, please come forward. State your name, address, and what agenda item you'd like to speak on.
Hi. My name is Jamie O'Connell. I'm the payroll benefits admin for the school district. I'm speaking on behalf of the non-union people that are agenda item number 12. The non-union staffing list that's supposed to be approved tonight, I beg you not to approve it. I beg you to say nay. And the reason behind that is because it's a 1.75% increase. And from what the administrators that I work with, administrative assistants that I work with, I know that they work very hard at what they do, and we are there early, we stay late, some of us don't take lunch, and 1.75% doesn't even cover the mandatory increase to the pension rate, which is 0.14%. And if you add that together with the mandatory employee benefit contribution of 2.4%, that's a 2.54% increase of deductions out of our paychecks that we have no control over. So to me, a 1.75% increase that I only saw on Friday, so it's kind of taking me a minute to taking me aback that a 1.75% increase across the board for non-union staff to me just doesn't make any kind of sense. If you were in a corporate environment, people are compensated based on their performance. I have not had an appraisal that told me that my performance was not good. So how can you just approve it on an agenda without even giving a reasoning behind why you're taking away basically giving a non-increase? And that's just how I feel. I feel like a 1.75% increase is not even an increase at all since we have mandatory things that are taken out of our paychecks. One more thing, I don't know if I should talk about this after because it's not an agenda item, but it's the summer hours. I'm sure you can see why we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, could you hold?
I can certainly do that.
Thank you.
Soul Care is 150 Berlin Street. I guess agenda items 11 and 12. And maybe not 13. 11 and 12, are they the attachments that are? So when the lady was speaking of non-union, are those the non-tenure? Okay, what is non-union? I mean non-yeah. What are the non-union positions in this list?
Those are the staff members who are not represented by the Roselle Park Education Association.
Right, where would it be in this attachment?
The last page.
Thank you.
Where is it?
It's the only page that's corporate. And those are, I guess, are divided into administration, and teachers. That's the last page I have.
No, it's on.
Okay.
There's actually, there's a title at the beginning of the page we're referring to that actually reads non-union staffing.
What page will that be?
It's
Should
on
be
page
the
one.
final page of the.
It's all the way at the end.
This is the page I have. Could this be added to that attachment sheet?
I believe it's
I
there.
can show you right now.
All right.
The last page is what I said.
It was there.
Sorry.
Could I borrow this for the remainder of the meeting? Thank you.
Jacob McGuire, 612 Sharpton Avenue, Roselle Park, with the general orders, 3-week warnings, members of the board. Would you please explain number 10, change of assignment to Michael Lopez Academy to Academy Council East?
This is a staff member who this year was a half counselor, half paraprofessional, and we changed his assignment to a full day, a full-time counselor. So his assignment was changed.
We need a full council.
Yes.
Thank you.
Rick Venanzi, 625 Sheridan Avenue. Just have a question about the building construction. Robert Gordon School.
Which agenda is
Probably staff. We're changing staffing.
So you're talking about number 4?
Staff transfers?
Transfers, people leaving, things like that. Was that grandfathered in for handicap compliance?
Yeah, you know,
State?
this is, you know what, sir, if you could wait, we have a second participation, but you need to voice that.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Seeing there's no one else, we're going to close the second or virtual participation portion of the evening. Now we're on to committee reports. Does anyone have a committee report they'd like to do? Seeing there's none, now we'll go to the superintendent's report. Great, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Miller, thank you. Good evening, everyone. As the superintendent of schools, it is our responsibility, it's my responsibility, it's the responsibility of the district to annually report on the harassment, intimidation, and bullying, HIV reports. We have with us tonight Mrs. Backer, Mrs. Ellen Backer, who is our head coordinator, HIV coordinator for the district, for the entire district. We have 2 reports that we want to report to you tonight. One is the district summary report of harassment, intimidation, and bullying, which has the following information: investigations, trainings, and programs. And Mrs. Backer will be reporting on the school self-assessment report card on, once again, the HIV. The harassment intimidation report has 3 different sections. One is the investigated incidents. The second one is the training provided. And the third is the programs that were provided to our students. So to begin with the first section, there were 16 HIV investigations. There were 8 confirmed HIV incidents. This is only reported for the first part of the year. Okay, the first part of the year. The second part of the year will be reported in September. For the training provided, there were 25 25 training provided for the different populations. For example, target populations were district level administrators, district anti-bullying coordinator, school level administrator, anti-bullying specialists, teachers, students, and parents. There were 25 such training. The third section or category was the programs that were provided. There were 18 provided programs in general. Once again, the targeted populations with the district level administrators, the district anti-bullying coordinator, school level administrator, the anti-bullying specialist, teachers, students, and other school staff. And the focus of the school-wide programs were on safety, teacher and learning, physical environment, emotional environment, morale in the school community, student relationships, and parental support. So that is the summary of investigations, training, and programs. I'm going to ask Mrs. Backer to come up and report on the school self-assessments.
Good evening, everybody. The New Jersey Department of Education requires each school in every district to perform a self-assessment to determine a grade under the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights Act. So at the end of the school year, each anti-bullying specialist in each building, along with their school safety team, complete this self-assessment. And there are 8 core indicators that you see on the printout that you should have. Yes. So you can see that there's HIV programs, approaches, and other initiatives, training on our Board of Education policy, other staff instruction and training programs, curriculum instruction on HIV and related skills, HIV personnel, our incident reporting, our investigative procedures, and our HIV reporting. And that all adds up to a maximum grade of 78. So you can see that each school self-assessed and came up with a score accordingly. Now, the state does not designate a passing or failing grade. And the objective of the self-assessment is just to review the programs and procedures that you have in your building. And then, of course, as the anti-bullying coordinator, I check it over to see whether each school and as a district we're fulfilling our obligations under the law. And based on the results, I say that we're doing an excellent job. And I do want to just give some credit to our anti-bullying specialists in each building, which is Andrea Costadoy in the high school, Kathy Pons in the middle school, Christine Sass at Aldine, Jamie Halperin at Sherman, Allison Kennerak at Robert Gordon, and Jennifer Front at the Academy. I think that we're particularly strong in our investigative reporting procedures, where they do an excellent job. They're very thorough. They communicate openly and transparently with the parents, so they understand the process and what's happening with their child, whether they're a victim, a potential victim, a potential offender, or a witness. So I think that the feedback we've gotten from our parents, even under these challenging situations, has been positive for the most part. So this, again, is the results from the school year. I am then required to get approval from the board that I presented it. Then at that point, I submit these scores to the state. And then the state looks them over. If they have any concerns, they will get back to us to revisit our report. Otherwise, probably about December, we will get an official report from the Department of Education. And at that time, we are required to post these grades on the school websites. Each school has to post the grades for the whole district so that the district community can see how we're doing if they have any questions or concerns. So as the anti-bullying coordinator, I'm very confident in our system. We're always looking to add new programs, relevant programs for our students and our staff. That's an ongoing mission. But in terms of our personnel, I think they do an excellent job, and I'm very proud of all the coordinators and the specialists in the district. So I don't know if you have any questions, but
Mrs. Becker, I want to commend you and thank you for being such a wonderful coordinator. Everything is in compliance. You get the reports. Everything is reported very timely. So congratulations to you and leading the district in this really challenging HIV reporting. So thank you very much.
thank you.
personnel, where I would like someone to make a motion to approve agenda items 1 through 17. 1 being staff transfers, 2 being staff appointments, 3 being staff resignations, 4 being staff retirement, 5 being leave of absence request, 6 being Giselle screening personnel, 7 being extracurricular assignments, 8 being retirement compensation, 9 being 2014 summer credit recovery program staff, 10 being change of assignment, 2015-2016, 11 being staffing list, 12 being non-union staffing list, 13 being employment contracts, 14 being student helpers, 15 being student additional ESL summer program staff, 16 being additional hours, 17 being meritable payment. Do I have a motion? Mr. Harms, second. Mr. Burton, are there any questions or comments? Roll call, please, Madam Secretary.
Vice President Harms?
Yes.
Mr. Balaban? Mr. Bowman?
Yes.
Mr. Bruckenstein? Mr. Dam? Mr. Gerton? Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Beedham? President Miller?
Yes.
Roll call, motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. And now we're on to education, where I'd like someone to make a motion to approve agenda items 18 through 21. 18 being Roselle Park High School marching band, 19 being harassment, intimidation, bullying incident, 20 being summer credit recovery program, and 21 NJSIAA participation. Do I have a motion? Mr. Dam, second. Mr. Nelson? I'm sorry, Mr. Burton, pardon me. Any questions or comments? Mr. Burton asks for clarification on number 20, the summer credit recovery program.
At the high school level, this is an opportunity for those students who did not pass for the year in a particular course, but missed doing so by certain criteria. This allows them an opportunity to gain credit by participating in this program where they have to undergo additional instruction for a number of weeks and do additional testing, and they have to prove competency at the end of the program. And the students do pay for this program, so therefore it's at no cost to the school district to run the program.
And that's at high school.
High school and middle school, yes, but it's run here at the high school.
Anyone else? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Those items are passed. And now we're on to business, where I'd like someone to make a motion to approve agenda items 22 through 28. 22 being approval of bills, 23 being secretary treasurer report, 24 being line item transfer / bill payment or pay authorization, 25 being monthly certification, 26 being 2015-2016 Union County Educational Services Commission Professional Services Agreement, and 27 being use of buildings and grounds, and 28 district contract. Mr. Harms, second. Second, Mr. Bowman. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Those items are passed. And now we're on to committee liaison reports. Does anyone have a report they'd like to give tonight? Seeing there's none, we'll go on to continuing business. Mr. Grito.
Mr. Miller, as of today, June 23rd, 5 students have been identified as not residing in Roselle Park and therefore removed from the school.
Thank you. And now we're on to new business. Does anyone have any new business? I just wanted to say quickly that this past week or past 2 weeks have been very, very busy, ending of school. And I just wanted to say last week, the middle school graduation and the high school graduation were very, very well run for the middle school. I want to thank Carlin and also for the high school, I wanted to thank Mrs. Costa, Mrs. Backer, and Mr. Chansky. You worked well together as a team. The weather cooperated, and I tell you, that's the best day of me being on the board, because it's all, just shaking the hands of all, it was 140 graduates, I believe, coming up and seeing the excitement and the closure of one chapter in their school life, and opening the doors to another. And the speeches from the students were just amazing, and it was a really, really good message. And I just think it was fantastic and well attended, both of them. So congratulations to our graduates in Roselle Park. And now we're on to the second public participation portion of this meeting. And if you'd like to speak on anything, please come forward, state your name, address, and what you'd like to speak about.
Daisy 625 Sheridan. Yeah, I was wondering how you're doing with handicap compliance in the buildings, and the water board was grandfathered in to not having to fund you right now about $750,000. My first job in law affairs as assistant administrator was to put an elevator in public safety. So I got the cost of these things. Gasoline and resistance. Sue Sherrill. They get expensive. So if you adjust your staffing so those who have handicaps can get around, maybe we can work something out. That would be appreciated. Thank you.
Kathy McDonald, 320 Spruce Street, President of the Roselle Park Education Association. I just wanted to connect some faces with names. Our secretaries in our district are some of the hardest working people in this district that we couldn't survive without. And I just think, I know things change and all, but I thought this board had made an agreement that we would communicate with each other. Communication is very important, and yet we seem to be making some unilateral decisions which are in your right. But just remember, you are setting the tone of the district. And if this is the tone that you want to set, we will follow in that tone. So I'm just very surprised that there isn't more communication before instead of after the barn doors are closed. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Pearson, I just have some questions based on information from last year's non-union staffing list. On that one, I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lunch aids. And this one I see about 13. Has there been an increase or?
No, Saul, what you don't remember is that not all of the lunch aides were appointed at this particular point in time. Last year, I believe it was the Robert Gordon staff in particular that was appointed later on during the summer months. So if you research back to agendas from July, August, I think you'll find additional names that would be, then give you a total amount at the same exact amount.
The other thing is I see that the computer technician went from 2 to 1 and is now salary. As I see I won't give names, but it shows hourly computer technician and it gives an hour for both hourly rate and now there's only 1. So
Yes,
it's a reduction.
again, jog your memory a little. So last year at this particular point in time, we appointed 2 part-time computer technicians, one of which then resigned a few months later during the school year. And at that particular point in time, I don't remember what month it was, that person is remaining on staff this year as a full-time computer technician.
So basically, review the same number of lunchroom aides or 10 about. I don't see Saturday school on this particular list, but I recall it being
Flip it on.
Sunday.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
So we have Ronald, 129 Bender Avenue. Again, I'm the payroll and benefit administrator for the district. So we're a member here before when I spoke. I spoke on behalf of the non-union staff. The non-union staffing list, which you guys just approved, is basically a 1.75% increase. That doesn't even cover the 2.54% increase that is mandated by the pension rates and the employee benefit contributions. So 1.75% increase doesn't even cover that. So since you showed that, proved that already, and you show that you don't use financial compensation, then I urge you as administration to take soft compensation. For example, a 4-hour summer work schedule, where the secretaries come in early, take shorter lunches, and work extra hours. When we cover each other, especially in the board office, there's never a time where there's no coverage inside the board office. There's never a time where we leave it unstaffed. And if it has to do with productivity issue, once again, no one's ever spoken to us regarding our productivity. So I don't understand why something that's been past practice since 1997 is being taken away. It's almost like we're being punished based on our salary increase. We're being punished based on our soft compensation. And I just don't understand why, since no one's spoken to us about our productivity or anything like that. And a lot of the few of us in the office are newer, and we don't have as many vacation days as some of the more senior secretaries. So it's very important for us, from a family life perspective, to have those 4 days. I know it's not an agenda item, but it's something that's a few weeks ago, before our whole summer plans were already made, was taken away from us. And it's just the way you keep good employees, by compensating them financially or with soft compensation. And since that's not being done, then how are you going to maintain good employees? Because it's easy to go get another job, but it's hard to keep people who want to be here. I want to stay here, I want to do the best I can for the district, which I think, if you ask any of the teachers or my boss or anyone, if I've been doing a good job since I've gotten here, I've made financial improvements, I've brought in a 360-degree customer service to the teachers, but why would I stay in a district that doesn't compensate me and doesn't give me soft compensation? So that's that.
So now, so what you said about the 4 hours, 40 hours.
A 4-hour work week is what, I'm sorry, 4-day.
Oh, 4 days.
Thinking of hours, 4-day work week, where we come in early, we take a shorter lunch, and we stay late. And we cross-cover each other. So it's never that the board office is closed, like in the borough, where in June, they close the office on Friday. We don't close our office. We cross-cover it, and we actually put more hours in. Because if you look at it from a staffing perspective, you're getting earlier and later coverage in the office. So all it's doing by taking away the 4-day work week is making secretaries use their vacation days. You're still not going to have the coverage in the office because we're going to just take our vacation days. But we don't get that many to use. Some of us do, but some of us don't. And that's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I just want, is that on?
I just wanted to say, I think it's obvious that the decision of the pay increase was not an arbitrary decision. It was just maybe thinking that the superintendent would give some rationale behind, behind that, and some other changes, just as courtesy.
No, can we discuss it? Personnel issues cannot be discussed in public, it has to be discussed in executive session.
Seeing there's no one else, we'll close the second public participation portion of the evening tonight. And now I'd look for someone to make a motion to go into closed. And we're going into closed for a reason of personnel and attorney-client privilege. Do you have a motion? Mr. Harms, second? Second. Mr. Nelson, we are in closed.
Okay, we're open and our attorney will make a statement.
We have concluded our private session discussions on the personnel issue. There will be no action taken this evening. We are returning to private session for attorney-client privilege. That is going to take some extended period of time. We're going to adjourn out of that in private. We will not be coming back because there will be no action. That's going to be an attorney-client discussion. That's a discussion between me and them over attorney-client issues. So there will be no action to be taken, and we'll be adjourning from private session for that meeting. So we went into private session for two issues. We went for personnel, we went for attorney-client privilege. Not to keep you standing here and waiting, we'll come back out and tell you we concluded the personnel action, the personnel discussion. There is no action to be taken this evening on that. We're going back into private for our discussion of attorney-client privilege.
Was anyone right?
For the discussion, for this next discussion, yes. For the earlier discussion, no. Then you, but they weren't right. We talked, the personnel issue that, I know, the personnel issue that we talked about prior to this was about a group of individuals. So there was no rights notice that we needed. We did not talk about individual act, individual terms and conditions, anybody in particular.
That's it. That said, do I have a motion?
Motion to go into closed.
Is there a second? Second. Mr. Dan, we are now in